Oregon. We've got 27 of the best sprint car drivers on the planet here, ready to take on this this 3/10 mile dirt track in what is going to be in front of a huge crowd of fans here tonight. Going to be just an incredible amount of people making their way into the grandstands here tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing all of them. Oregon does not get that much National Touring Wing sprint car racing, and so when these fans have the opportunity, they're going to come out and see the best sprint car drivers on the planet put on a show for them on this ultra racy 3/10 of a mile oval. We mentioned the 27 cars. There's some really good guys in the field as well, some interesting storylines, and we are back to points racing as well tonight with High Limit. After 3 nights of the Gold Cup, no points were on the line. Now we are back to chasing a championship here for the rest of 2025. No more races this season feature non-points action. The rest all the way through are points-paying events. My name is Chase Rodman, going to be joined by Tony Laporta later on in the show as well. Let's take a look at the weather forecast here for tonight. It's a little bit cooler, which is always nice from where we were at down there in Chico. 98 degrees right now, 17-mile-per-hour winds, and clear skies here above the Douglas County dirt track, so that is always good to see. And just being out of the triple digits is very, very nice after what we just experienced down there in Northern California. Here is the order of events for tonight with 27 cars. We'll have a 3-heat race format. Hot laps and qualifying first thing on the track, then those 3 heat races. Each of those will be 8 laps in distance, sending 6 drivers to tonight's FK Rodden's Dash. That will be 7 laps, the B-Main 12 laps, and a 35-lap feature that pays $12,000 to the winner here at the Showdown on the River, presented by Seven Feathers Casino and Resort. Now, what else we got to look at here is some of the notable entries that are here tonight. Of course, the one that everybody's going to talk about is Tanner Holmes, as he was 3rd here on the podium last year with Kubota High Limit Racing. He lives just an hour down the road here from this racetrack, calls it pretty much his home track, especially when it comes to the national touring side of things. Joel Myers Jr. in the house. James McFadden, undefeated in his 2 visits here to the Douglas County dirt track. Landon Brooks, Robbie Price, Jesse Schlottfeld, a couple of drivers up there from the Pacific Northwest. Max Mitry is here. Corey Eliason, Tyler Thompson back in his family-owned number 7. He's also another Oregon driver, along with Camden Robustelli. Those are just some of the notable entries that are in the field here tonight outside of our full-time high rollers. Here are the track facts, what you need to know about Douglas County. It was built here back in 1965, but that was when it was a pavement track. It got changed to dirt not too long ago, back in 2023, and it's been dirt ever since then. 3/10 of a mile in distance, as we mentioned earlier on. The track record established by Zeb Wise here at this race last year at 11.846 seconds on August 26th of 2024. And so we'll see if we can break that track record here tonight set by Zeb Wise 1 year ago. We're up here in what is more of one of the most unique announcers booth that we get to see all season long. This thing perched right on top of the flag stand, right on top of the front straightaway. And so Tony Laporte, if you need anything from up here in the booth for any reason tonight, I'll be able to throw it right out this window, and you'll be able to stand on the front stretch and catch it. Heck, my arm is so good, I might be able to throw it down to you down there in Victory Lane.
Well, Chase, I was going to say, I've seen you throw. You've tried to throw footballs. I've seen you try to throw a baseball. And I'm going to go ahead and just take my time to walk up there and receive it from you hand to hand. Heck, you talk about one of the most unique announcers booth we will see all season with Kubota High Limit Racing. How about give some love to where I'm at, brother? I have ridden my Jake's Golf Carts JT Power Sports Pit Reporter transport vehicle all the way from Chico, California. Yes, that's right. This is how I got here. And I've ridden it to the top of Mount Whiskey Myers. Whiskey Myers Victory Lane here at the Douglas County Dirt Track. Probably the most unique victory lane we're going to see all season long. The victory lane styled after the local landscape. You take a look over here, you can tell those green things, those are trees based on the way that they are. I'm not sure, they might be a western red cedar, perhaps a Douglas fir. Both pine trees native here to this part of Oregon that we're in. You know who else is native to Oregon? Not Douglas fir pine trees, but drivers of sprint cars. Tanner Holmes, the number 18T to be specific. You talked about him earlier, Chase, being one of, if not the most notable entry that is here with us tonight at the Douglas County Dirt Track. He lives just an hour and a half southeast of here in Jacksonville, Oregon. So you think, hey, who'd be a good pre-race interview? Who's someone with a lot of local flavor we could check into? Tanner Holmes obviously jumps to the top of the list, but when I got over to his number 18T machine, who's the first person I see? His crew chief. But it's not just his crew chief, it's his sister, Carly Holmes. So back in the pit area a little while ago, I got the chance to catch up with sister, lead mechanic, crew chief, heck, call her whatever you want. It's crew chief Carly back in the pits a little while ago.
Tonight, Kubota High Limit Racing visits the Douglas County Dirt Track, Southern Oregon, but not as Southern Oregon as Jacksonville, Oregon is. Jacksonville, Oregon is where Carly Holmes is from. Why is that important? Because she's the crew chief on the number 18T driven by her brother, Tanner Holmes. I know the story. You and Tanner grew up racing, and you just took to the wrenches very naturally. You both had to work on your own stuff, but how do you end up being the head mechanic on a 410 National Sprint car?
Oh gosh, yeah, just kind of coming up the rankings here. Like you said, Tanner and I, we're siblings, so we've always grown up racing. We've always been really competitive together. And after a couple injuries in the car, I kind of just taken over the role as wanting to just work on them. You know, if I can't race them, I'd rather be wrenching. So I've kind of just always really focused on that. And then as Tanner's kind of driven for some other people, Shark Racing, Tarleton, I've kind of just followed along a little bit, trying to learn as much as he can. You know, when he gets to go do cool things like that and run with some bigger teams, like, you can really learn a lot off those guys. And just kind of came to this year after him and I kind of sat down and talked, and he's like, hey, I really think, like, between me and you, like, we could actually kind of make some things work. And, you know, we're going to have some of those nights where we are going to struggle. You know, we're not the Ricky Warner or, you know, even like Drew or whatnot, but we have some setup sheets from some of the tracks, and I think if we really put our head down and just work hard, we can really make something work.
Now, I don't think a lot of the people who are going to be up in the stands watching this are back home on Flow. A lot of them have been around sprint car racing for a long time. Some of them have probably worked on a sprint car or two, but they don't know what it's like, most of them, to go up and down the road, work on this thing in the hot sun, maintenance it, wash it, get it back together, and do it night after night after night. Tell the people watching, what's one of the hardest parts about this job? What's the part of the race car when you have to fix it, when you have to maintenance it? What's the thing that you're just like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that today?
Yeah, oh gosh, I would say, like, if you ever have to, like, re-square a rear end, or, like, say, you know, we've had some of these cars where the back rack shifted a little bit, so you got to make the rear end kind of, you know, sit straight in a bent car or something like that. And I would say probably definitely that. It's just also, it's just so much maintenance constantly. You know, you're constantly, like you said, going up and down the road. And right now we're a young team of kids doing this, and we actually just lost our tire guy, so now I have to step up these next couple nights and take over that role. So
wow.
It's a lot on our plates, but we really enjoy it. And, you know, I'll probably get burnt out one day, but until that day, we're just going to try to keep living the dream.
Carly Holmes, how old are you right now?
I just turned 19.
So 19 years old, sister of the driver in the race car, but truly one of the most important parts of this program. That's the big debate, right? Everybody wants to know what's more important, the driver or the car. And when you think about the car, you've got to think about the crew chief and the individual turning the wrenches, calling the shots. You and Tanner work on it together, but it is super cool to have you out on the road. We're always happy when you guys run with High Limit Racing. He finished on the podium last year. Hopefully we're talking to both you and Tanner later tonight.
I hope so.
That's Carly Holmes, crew chief on the 18T for Jacksonville, Oregon's Tanner Holmes.
Crazy update that Carly Holmes gave us in that interview, losing their tire guy just very, very recently, probably in between Chico and here. So Carly Holmes not only, you know, making the calls, working with Tanner in that regard on what direction they should go with setup. So once the two of them make the decision, Carly goes and puts hands on the race car and makes those changes. Now she also has the task of staying on top of the tires and manipulating them into whatever Tanner wants when they head out onto the track. So a full workload for Carly Holmes, the 19-year-old crew chief on that number 18T. We talked about the fact Tanner stood on the podium here against the High Rollers 1 year ago. He went 5th to 3rd in last season's A main event here when Kubota High Limit Racing visited the Douglas County Dirt Track. The grandstands are filling up already. It is a beautiful Monday night here in Southern Oregon. Nowhere else we would rather be. If you're not here, that is too bad, but don't leave where you are, because we're going to be right back here on FloRacing with more live coverage of Kubota High Limit Racing.
Dirt Draft Hot Laps rolling onto the racetrack for the first session of the night. Let's introduce you to those drivers as they appear on the speedway. Rolling down the backstretch now from Redding, California, the MitreeConstruction.com, Shasta Realty Group, Shark Engine, Steve Manning Construction, number 2XM. That's Max Mitree. Max Mitree in the 2XM. And rolling off at turn number 4 now from St. Helena, California, the Red Wine Express, Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, Swan Island Sheet Metal, Snack Attack, number 24, it's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And rolling into turn 1 now from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Bass Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And the current series point leader and defending series champion from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, Empire Netting and Fence, number 49. That is the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49. And from Yuba City, California, the Lippert Construction, Danny Word Sales, Cloud Valve Company, Lithia of Roseburg, number 21L, Landon Brooks. Landon Brooks in the 21L. From Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, FieldPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5. That is Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 5. And Rookie of the Year contender rolling down the backstretch now, that is Danny Sams III. Danny in the Global Link, Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Eastern Metal Signs, number 24D. So the 7 drivers in hot lap session number 1 are now out on the racetrack, and in just a moment they will get the green flag for the first time here tonight at the Showdown on the River, presented by Seven Feathers Casino and Resort. It's on the river because just behind the back straightaway, it is the Umpqua River. And I know a couple of drivers, at least one of them, definitely went down to the river today and took a dip in there, just trying to cool off a little bit. So we'll talk more about that later on in the show, as there is Landon Brooks on your screen now, the driver out of Yuba City, California, in that Bates Hamilton Racing at number 21L. Landon Brooks did not qualify for the feature here last year with Kubota Highlander Racing, but he does have a Western Sprint Tour win here at Douglas County. That came 2 years ago. As the green lights come on, we are underway for the first practice session of the night here at Douglas County. Track's still pretty slippery out there right now. See these guys kind of skating around the corners, just trying to make their way around this 3/10 of a mile oval. Lap times down in the 15-second bracket at 15:209 for Rico Abreu. Brenham Crouch jumps up to second quick at a 15:331. We know that hot laps last year were in the low 12s, so about 3 seconds off of what we're looking for here before we really get into qualifying time trials. Brad Sweet now goes to the top of the board with a 14.460. Brad Sweet actually passing cars during hot laps, making his way by Rico Aber as the yellow flag now is displayed. And as you can imagine, with how the track is, it's got a little bit extra water on it, maybe due to the heat outside, but the track is still slippery. It's still a little bit wet out there. You can tell the drivers are slipping and sliding all over the place, and that is not what we want to see. We want to see these guys stuck to the track, not slipping up in the grooves, and so we are going to have them pack the surface in here a little bit at slow speeds to help work that moisture into the racetrack. These cars with the big rear tires able to help work in that moisture a lot better than maybe a truck or a push truck moving around the speedway. The big sprint car tires certainly help bring the surface in just a little bit better. There is Danny Sams III on your screen now, racing in a new state tonight. First time in the state of Oregon for the Florida man. Danny Sams currently 13th in the overall point standings this year with Kubota Highlander Racing. Saw his mom Tina and dad Danny Sams Jr. over at the Seven Feathers Casino and Resort last night, checking into their hotel room. Great people, great family, great to have them on the road this year with Kubota Highlander Racing. There is Rico Aber, who is trying to weather the storm right now. It has been a tough couple of races for Rico, without question. Going back to Tulsa's Thunderbolt Raceway, he was 12th, 17th, and 19th in the last 3 races, and that is not including the prelim night at the Silver Dollar Speedway where he was outside the top 10 as well. It has been a rough stretch for Rico here on the West Coast swing. We'll see if he can turn things around here tonight. As the green light now comes back on, the green flag waves in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. Danny Sams now jumps up to the top of the speed chart, as does Brenham Crouch and Brent Marks. Marks first driver into the 13-second bracket at 13.659. Brad Sweet at 13.921. Max Mitry at 13.987. Yellow flag blinks, or the yellow lights, excuse me, blink back on, and the yellow flag is displayed once again. And we will see if these drivers will pace around the track once again, helping work that race to surface in. As we mentioned last year, we were in the 12.1 second bracket during hot laps, and right now we're at a 13.6, so a second and a half off of the times that we saw here last year during Dirt Draft hot laps. And so we definitely need to get this surface just a little bit closer before we get into qualifying time trials. We mentioned tonight's sponsors, Seven Feathers Casino and Resort. We want to say thank you to them for the sponsor of tonight's race. Seven Feathers is your place to play, but it's also your place for dining and entertainment. Don't forget to visit sevenfeathers.com to see their lineup of upcoming concerts and events. From the popular free Tacotopia Tequila and Music Festival to concerts like Dylan Marlowe and Rodney Carrington, there is something for everyone this fall season. Once again, thank you to Seven Feathers for sponsoring tonight's showdown on the river.
Chase, you talk about seeing Danny Sams and his family at Seven Feathers Casino last night. Who don't you see this weekend at the Seven Feathers Casino? Tons of drivers, tons of their teams are staying there. I've heard even you're staying there. I'm staying there. Everybody in town for this race, at least most everybody who knows how to handle their accommodations, is staying at the Seven Feathers.
Yeah, absolutely. We were definitely there last night. You could have found me on the craps table yesterday, hanging out and having a good time over there at the Seven Feathers. Great casino, great resort, the hotel room, maybe the best air conditioner of the season, and that's without question. The best air conditioner of the season was last night at Seven Feathers. We loved it. Slept very nicely. As we're back to green flag conditions, we'll see if we can get a 12-second lap time here from the drivers in this first session. Brent Marks comes close at a 13.141. Landon Brooks up to the second position now is a 13.581 for car number 21L. Brent Marks better on the 7th time by the line, a 13.102. So inching closer and closer to a 12-second lap time. As the yellow flag is displayed once again, As there is Brent Marks maintaining his position at the top of the speed charts and now making his way back to the trailer. A 13.102 second lap time was quickest so far for the 19 car. Rico Avers second, 13.327. Max Mitri in third, 13.373. Brenham Crouch fourth at 13.461. And Brad Sweet fifth, 13.518 seconds, with Landon Brooks and Danny Sams the third, rounding out these 7 drivers that were on the track in session number 1. Drivers in session number 2 now pushing their way up the entryway off of turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. And the first car we see in group number 2 is from Central Point, Oregon. It's the Johnston Water Service, Chuck Braithers, Sealing Specialties, Jake's Truck and Equipment Repair. Number 21W, Jake Wheeler. Jake Wheeler in the 21W. And from right here in Roseburg, Oregon, it's the Tom White Trucking, Robustelli Construction, Hard Rock Tops, Nutter Performance, number 27C, Camden Robustelli. Camden Robustelli in the 27C. And from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, the Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive and Marine, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking, number 21P, Robbie Price. Robbie Price in the 21P. Rolling into turn number 1 now from Minden, Nevada, and the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory, Kane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88, that's Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the number 88. And the DJ of the night is right behind him, rolling off of turn number 2 from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports, number 42, Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And from White City, Oregon, the Carl Hofsis, Ridgecrest Homes, American Flowtech, Limitless Auto Sales, number 5K, Blaine Corey. Blaine Corey in the 5K. And from Medford, Oregon, the High-Tech Transmissions, Sealing Specialties, Johnston Water Service, number 22K, Caden Smith. Caden Smith in the 22K. So those are the drivers in session number 2 of Dirt Draft Hot Laps here tonight at the Douglas County Dirt Track. The lap time to beat, 13.102 seconds, set by Brent Marks from session number 1. Then Abreu, Mitri, Crouch, and Sweet, the top 5. There is Robbie Price on your screen. Robbie was 12th here last year with Kubota Highland Racing, a pretty solid finish for the driver across the border in Canada. As he's now on the throttle, we're underway, session number 2. Tanner Thorson and Cy Lynch immediately go to the top of the speed charts at a 13.022 and a 13.063. So closer to a 12-second lap time now. Jake Wheeler into the top 5. Has now Thorson, the first driver, to the 12s. 12.902. Now Lynch to a 12.851. Camden Robustelli also into the top 5. A 13.138 for the 27C car. Blaine Corey up to third, quick 13.015 as the white flag is displayed. 1 lap left for these drivers in session number 2. So the yellow light comes on, the yellow flag waves. Fastest driver in that second session is the DJ of the night, getting jiggy with it, Cy Lynch, 12.764, 127.64 in his Douglas County debut, off to a pretty fast start for Cy. Tanner Thorson second, 12.902. Blaine Corey third, a 13.015. Jake Wheeler fourth, a 13.041. And Brent Marks from session number 1 still in 5th. Then Camden Robustelli, Robbie Price, Caden Smith, Rico Abreu, and Max Mitri. A good look from the FloRacing drone as to what we are working with here. Just beautiful country up here in Oregon. You see the South Umpqua River to the right side of your screen there, and that is why this race is named the Showdown on the River. You could probably throw a football to the river off the back straightaway. A gorgeous, gorgeous look there here on FloRacing. Rolling into session number 3 now. We're already pushing the first car. He's out of Fresno, California. It's the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Totors and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge. Number 7 BC, it's Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzi. Giovanni Selzi in the 7 BC. And the driver that's undefeated in sprint car action here at Douglas County. From Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rent, Durst Incorporated, Banning Associates, number 21, James McFadden. James McFadden in the 21. And also on the racetrack from Aromas, California, last year's second place finish here with High Limit in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking Power Plus STC Global American Table Bargain Barn. Number 87, it's Justin Sanders. Justin Sanders in the 87. And from Santa Rosa, California, the High Plains Building Division, Velocity Engineering, Dirt Dudes, all about fire protection. Number 19 junior, it's Joel Myers Jr. Joel Myers Jr. in the 19. And the leading Rookie of the Year contender with High Limit from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete, number 13. It's Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the 13. And his fellow Rookie of the Year contender rolls down the front stretch now. That is Chase Randall out of Waco, Texas. And the all-by-year alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Trex Decking, number 9. That's the quickest chicken. And just behind him, rolling into turn 1 now from Ferndale, Washington, it's the farm car, DeBoer & Sons Farming, Les Schwab Tire, Dykstra Farms, number 7-0, it's Colin Mackey. Colin Mackey in the 7-0. Underway once again here at Douglas County Dirt Track. It's Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 3. Dason Pursley, one of the many drivers racing tonight, first time at Douglas County. There is Giovanni Selzi, an interesting story with him. He's been here before. Back in 2020, ran a K&N Pro Series race on the pavement here at Douglas County. Justin Sanders and Dason Pursley, along with Giovanni Selzi, all go 1, 2, 3. The top of the speed charts, Colin Mackey up to 6th quick. Gio Selzi now up to 2nd. McFadden at the top 5. Checkered flag waves. Justin Sanders maintains the speed in that Ridge and Sun Racing 87. He goes quickest so far in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 3, a 12.394 second lap time. Giovanni Selzi second at 12.657. Dason Pursley in third at a 12.662. And then Cy Lynch fourth and James McFadden in fifth at a 12.816. Tanner Thorson, Colin Mackey, Blaine Corey, Jake Wheeler, and Brent Marks the top 10. Should have just one more session of cars left to roll onto the track for hot laps before we get into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight. Final set of cars is led onto the speedway by the driver to Jacksonville, Oregon. It's the Shane DeWalt Trucking, Legacy Builder Supply, Lentz Machinery, Sisters Meat and Smokehouse, Lithia of Roseburg. Number 18T, Tanner Holmes. Tanner Holmes in the 18T. And from Arlington, Washington, the Triple X Race Components, Pacific Performance Coating, Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive, number 21S, Jesse Schlotfelt. Jesse Schlotfelt in the 21S. And from Visalia, California, the Redline Welding and Construction, Smith Titanium, Morrison Engines, King Racing Products, number 45, Corey Eliason. Corey Eliason in the 45. From Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, number 26, Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. And from Harrisburg, Oregon, the Adcox Heating, J&K Auto Repair, K&S Race Fuel, Double R Powder Coating, number 7, Tyler Thompson. Tyler Thompson in the number 7. And the now 3-time Gold Cup Race of Champions winner out of Clovis, California, the Burco Redwood, Trex Decking, Weyerhaeuser, Two Worlds Equestrian, Sander Engineering. Number 14, it's Payday, Corey Day. Corey Day in the 14. Final Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night is ready to go green here at Douglas County Dirt Track. lap time to beat Justin Sanders, 12:394. Then Selzy, Pursley, Lynch, and McFadden, the top 5. Jesse Schlotfelt, Corey Eliason, first 2 drivers into the top 10 in this session. Justin Peck just outside the top 10 in 11th position. Corey Eliason now into the top 5 at a 12:759. Justin Peck up to P6 on the board at 12:777. Corey Day up to 4th quick now at 12:685. So that will do it for Hot Laps here tonight. The fastest driver overall is Justin Sanders at 12.394 seconds. Corey Day, the quickest in that last group and 4th quick overall. Giovanni Selzy, 2nd at 12.657. Dason Pursley, 3rd at 12.662. Then Corey Day and Corey Eliason completes the top 5 at 12.755. Cy Lynch, Justin Peck, James McFadden, Jesse Schlotfelt, and Tanner Thorson complete the top 10 in practice here tonight. Next up, it's Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. 2 cars on the track at the same time. They will go for 2 laps around the track. The best lap time will set them up for one of 3 heat races later on in the race program. So qualifying is always ultra important here with Kubota Highland Racing. Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. They're the #1 Renegade Totorhome dealers and the #1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Totorhomes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Totorhome or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com.
Chase, before Capital Custom Trailers qualifying gets going here, this is fans' last chance to really evaluate their talent in the field tonight before you set your Dirt Draft fantasy lineup. Dirt Draft is an app on your phone. You can play. You're given an imaginary $100,000 budget, and you pick 5 drivers from tonight's full field. Everybody in the pit area is on Dirt Draft. You pick 5 drivers, and you got to stay under $100,000. Each driver's valued a little bit differently based on their previous record here at the track, their previous record throughout the season here in 2025, but you must set your lineup on Dirt Draft before the green flag flies in TJ Forged Heat Race #1, and you're playing against just a ton of people. I know there's a league feature, you can play against just the group you want, but watch here in qualifying and pick out who you want for your Dirt Draft fantasy lineup tonight.
Thank you very much, Tony. We roll now into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Our first 2 qualifiers on the track from Redding, California, the Mitry Construction.com, Shasta Realty Group, Shark Engine, Steve Manning Construction, #2 XM, it's Max Mitry. And from Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Creek Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com. High Performance Lubricants, #5, Brenham Crouch. Max Mitry making his way off of turn #4. Lap 1 is a 12.411. 12411. Brenham Crouch on lap 1. He'll go second quick at 12.614. 12614. Max Mitry finishing up his qualifying run. It's slower on lap 2, a 12.520. First lap better, 12.411. And Brenham Crouch's lap #2, he will slow down as well to a 12.814. This first lap was better, a 12.614. So Max Mitry sets the bar in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying as the first car onto the speedway, 12.411 seconds. Here come your next 2 qualifiers. The first one makes his Douglas County Dirt Track debut, from Northport, Florida, the Global Link Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Eastern Metal Signs, #24D, the Florida Man, Danny Sams III. And from Yuba City, California, the Lippert Construction, Danny Word Sales, Cloud Valve Company, Lithia of Roseburg, #21L, Landon Brooks. Landon Brooks in the 21L, Danny Sams in the 24D. Danny Sams 13th in Highland Racing point standings. Lap 1 for him is going to be third quick, a 12.781, 12781. Brooks on lap 1, he'll go third quick now at 12.748, 12748. Danny Sam's best finish this year, 7th at Tri-City. Lap number 2 is better, 12:7:61. And lap number 2 for Landon Brooks is now second quick, 12:5:27. 1:2:5:27. Landon Brooks second and Danny Sam's fourth of 4 cars so far in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. A pair of high rollers now making their way towards the speedway. From Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs. Number 19, it's Brent Marks. And also on the track from St. Helena, California, the Red White Express, Rico Avery, Curbagaginian Racing, Swan Island Sheet Metal, Snack Attack. Number 24, Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24, Brent Marks in the 19. Brent Marks on the clock now, taking the green flag. He was 10th in the feature here last year with High Limit Racing. Rico Abreu 9th in the feature last year. Lap 1 for Brent Marks is going to go to the top, 12:3:87, 1:2:3:87. Lap 1 for Rico, he'll go 4th quick at 12:6:07, 1:2:6:07. Brent Marks, can he improve on lap number 2? He can. 12:3:19, 1:2:3:19. And for Rico on lap 2, up to 3rd quick, 12:4:55, 1:2:4:55. Brent Marks now shows the way in qualifying time trials here tonight with Rico Abreu in 3rd of 6 cars so far. Here comes the current series point leader and defending champion out of Grass Valley, California. The Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, Empire Netting, and fence number 49. It's the big cat, Brad Sweet. And also on the racetrack from Central Point, Oregon, in the Johnston Water Service, Chuck Prather, Sealing Specialties, Jake's Truck and Equipment Repair. Number 21W, Jake Wheeler. Jake Wheeler in the 21W, Brad Sweet in the 49. Brad Sweet was 8th in the main event last year. Jake Wheeler, a 2-time limited sprint feature winner here at Douglas County. Lap 1 for Sweet's 5th quick at 12:5:81, 1:2:5:81. Jake Wheeler on lap 1 at 12:7:58, 1:2:7:58. Brad Sweet looking for an improvement on lap number 2. Can he find it? The answer is no, 12:7:26. And for Wheeler on lap 2, he will slow down as well, a 12:8:10. First lap better, 12:7:58. Jake Wheeler 7th and Brad Sweet 5th of 8 cars so far, as we are about a third of the way through the qualifying time trials. A pair of Oregonians now rolling onto the track. From Roseburg, it's the Tom White Trucking, Robustelli Construction, Hard Rock Tops, Nutter Performance, number 27C, Camden Robustelli. And also out there from Medford and High Tech Transmission, Sealing Specialties, Johnston Water Service, number 22K, Caden Smith. Caden Smith, 22K, Camden Robustelli in the 27C. Robustelli, 18th in the main event last year with Kubota High Limit Racing. He's a 2-time limited sprint car winner here at this racetrack. Lap 1, he'll be 7th quick at a 12:7:17, 1:2:7:17. Caden Smith on lap 1, a 12:7:98, 1:2:7:98. Smith made his debut with High Limit at the Gold Cup, did not make it out of the C main. Lap number 2 for Robustelli, he slows down to a 12:7:73. And for Caden Smith on lap 2, he'll slow down as well to a 13:001. 10 cars into qualifying, Caden Smith 10th and Camden Robustelli 7th, with 17 more cars left to time in. Here comes the DJ of the night from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports. Number 42, it's Cy Lynch. And also on the track from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, and the Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive and Marine, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking. Number 21P, Robbie Price. Robbie Price in the 21P, Cy Lynch in the 42. Cy Lynch in his Douglas County Dirt Track debut. Meanwhile, Robbie Price, he was 12th in the main event last year with High Limit. Lap 1 for Cy Lynch is 7th quick at 12:6:50, 1:2:6:50. Robbie Price 4th quick, 12:4:90, 1:2:4:90. Cy Lynch a little sideways off a turn 4. Lap 2, he'll slow down to a 12:7:79. And for Robbie Price on lap number 2, he will slow down as well to a 12:5:10. First lap better, 4th quick at 12:4:90. Cy Lynch 8th quick, 12:6:50. Two more drivers firing the engines now from Minden, Nevada. The JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88. Here's Tanner Thorson. And from White City, Oregon, the Carl Hofsis, Ridgecrest Homes, American Flowtech, Limitless Auto Sales, number 5K. It's Blaine Corey. Blaine Corey in the 5K. Tanner Thorson in the 88. Thorson 15th in the AMA last year. He has 17 top 10s on the season so far with High Limit. Lap 1, he'll go second quick, 12.361. 1.2361. Blaine Corey 8th quick at 12.612. 1.2612. Tanner Thorson, lap number 2. He goes to the top, 12.252. And Blaine Corey 4th quick, 12.445. 1.2445. 4th quick for Blaine Corey, and now Tanner Thorson goes to the top of the board, 12.252, with 14 cars in the books. Next driver out to qualify, a 4-time second place finisher here in 410 action. From Aromas, California, the Focus Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC Global, American Table, Barn & Barn. Number 87 is Justin Sanders. And in his Douglas County Dirt Track debut, from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, to Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete. Number 13, here is 20-year-old Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the 13, and Justin Sanders in the 87. Sanders on lap 1, he'll go second quick, 12.285. 1.2285. Dason Pursley on lap number 1. He'll go 12 quick at 12.712. 1.2712. Sanders on lap number 2. He'll slow down to a 12.316. First lap better, 12.285. And for Pursley on lap number 2, 5th quick, 12.433. 1.2433. 5th quick for Dason Pursley, and 2nd quick for Justin Sanders in the 87. Another High Limit Rookie of the Year contender now rolls onto the track from Waco, Texas. It's the all-by-your alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Trex Decking. Number 9, the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. And from Ferndale, Washington, it's the farm car, DeBoer & Sons Farming, Les Schwab Tire, Dykstra Farms. Number 7-0, Colin Mackey. Colin Mackey in the 7-0, Chase Randall in the number 9. Both drivers, it's their Douglas County debut here tonight. Chase Randall currently 10th in the old, make that 9th in the point standings, 12 top 10s on the year. And lap number 1 for Chase Randall, 16th quick at 12.772. Colin Mackey, 10th quick at 12.541. 1.2541. Chase Randall, lap number 2, he will slow down to a 12.865. And for Mackey on lap 2, he will slow down as well to a 12.596. His first lap was better, 12.541. 10th quick for Colin Mackey, and 17th for Chase Randall with 9 cars left to qualify. The next driver, last time he was here, it was on pavement. Now rolling on to the racetrack from Fresno, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Ellie's Custom Trojan Cards, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gamebridge, number 7 BC, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. And from Santa Rosa, California, the High Plains Building Division, Velocity Engineering, Dirt Dudes, all about fire protection. Number 19 Junior, Joel Myers Jr. Joel Myers in the 19, Giovanni Selzy in the 7 BC. Gio Selzy ended up 4th in that ARCA race here 5 years ago. 15 laps he led in that main event. He was 8th on lap 1 at 12.463. Joel Myers is 15th quick on lap 1 at 12.697. Giovanni Selzy, lap number 2, he will slow down to a 12.682. First lap better, 12.463. And for Joel Myers, he is not as quick either. It's a 13.147. First lap better, 12.697. Joel Myers 15th, and Gio Selzy 8th of 20 cars. Next driver onto the track, 2 career starts at Douglas County and 2 victories. Out of Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Red, Durst Incorporated, Bandy & Associates, number 21. It's James McFadden. And from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Union Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, number 26, Justin Peck. Justin Peck, 26, James McFadden, the 21. McFadden, the High Limit winner here last year, got a NARC win here back on June 12th as well of this year. Lap 1 for McFadden, he'll be 10th quick at 12:4.95. And for Justin Peck, he's 13th quick at 12:5.66. For Peck in this feature last year, he was 4th in the main event. Lap 2 for McFadden is going to slow down to a 12:6.68. First lap at a 12:4.95. And for Peck, a little bit longer on lap 2 at 12:6.71. First lap a tick faster, 12:5.66. 13th for Justin Peck and 10th for James McFadden. Here comes the three-time Gold Cup champion now on to the Speedway from Clovis, California. The Merco Redwood, Trex Decking, Warehouser, Two Worlds Equestrian, Sander Engineering number 14. It's Payday, Corey Day. And from Arlington, Washington, the Triple X Race Components, Pacific Performance Coating, Shark Engines, Grinders, Automotive and Marine. Sear number 21S, it's Jesse Schlotfelt. Jesse Schlotfelt in the 21S, Corey Day in the 14. Lap 1 for Payday is going to be 23rd quick, a 12:8.56. Lap number 1 for Jesse Schlotfelt, he is 23rd quick at 12:8.53, 1:2.853. Corey Day last year in this race was 5th in the main event. Lap 2 going to slow down to a 12:9.62. And for Jesse Schlotfelt, he will slow down as well. So Corey Day and Jesse Schlotfelt, 23rd and 24th of the 24 drivers that have qualified so far, with just 3 left to qualify. Qualifying next out of Jacksonville, Oregon, it's the Shane Dewalt Trucking, Legacy Builder Supply, Diamond Roofing Company, Champion Car Wash, Kevin's Family Tree Service, number 18T, here is Tanner Holmes. And from Visalia, California, the Redline Welding and Construction, Smith Titanium, Morrison Engines, King Racing Products, number 45, Corey Eliason. Corey Eliason, 45, Tanner Holmes in the 18T. Lap 1 for Tanner Holmes is 19th quick at 12:7.21, 1:2.721. Corey Eliason's first time by the line is going to be 20th overall at 12.741, 1:2.741. And for Tanner Holmes, he will slow down to a 13:052. His first lap was better, 12:7.21. And for Corey Eliason on lap number 2, up to 13th quick at 12.550, 1:2.550. 13th for Corey Eliason and 20th for Tanner Holmes, with just one more car left to qualify. From Harrisburg, Oregon, it's the Adcox Heating, Jane Kayer Auto Repair, K&S Race Fuels, Double R Powder Coating. Number 7, it's Tyler Thompson. Tyler Thompson in the number 7. It was announced after the Gold Cup, Tyler Thompson no longer with Kyle May Motorsports, and now bringing his family car out to the track not too far away from his hometown of Harrisburg. Was 22nd in the A-Main last year with Kubota Highland Racing here at Douglas County. Lap 1, he will be 21st quick at 12:7.51, 1:2.751. An 8th place run here with Narc King of the West was his best in a 4:10 2 years ago. Lap number 2 up to 12th quick, 12.531, 1:2.531, 12th quick for Tyler Thompson. So that will do it tonight for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. We don't get to say this very often, but Tanner Thorson is your fastest qualifier tonight in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. A 12.252 will send the Nevada driver to the top of the board. Justin Sanders second, 12.285. Brent Marks third at 12.319. Max Mitry fourth at 12.411. And Deason Persley fifth, 12.433. With Blaine Corey, Rico Abreu, Giovanni Selzy, Robbie Price, and James McFadden completing the top 10 in qualifying time trials here tonight. Good start to the night for Tanner Thorson, as he will have a great shot to make tonight's dash here at the Douglas County Dirt Track, as you get a very, very nice view of it from the FloRacing drone. We'll have more action here at this racetrack when we come back from this break on FloRacing. We do need to mention as well, FanFest is coming up here right now. If you want to meet your favorite driver, then go back to the t-shirt trailers behind the main grandstands right now. The drivers that you just saw on the racetrack, they are about to make their way to the t-shirt trailers and sign autographs, take pictures, and sell their merchandise. FanFest going on right now until 7:25 Pacific time. We'll also have a guest up here in the announcer's booth for the folks on home on FloRacing, so stay tuned for that. But FanFest going on for about the next 30 minutes here at Douglas County Dirt Track.
I'm Tanner Thorson. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on Flo.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
Since their 2001 inception, DMI Racing Components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog quick change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance, and value. DMI and Bulldog products are backed by the best customer support in the industry with more than 150 years of race-winning experience. Let our experience help guide you to victory lane. We race, you race. Let's race together.
West Coast, are you ready? This is Wedge High Performance Karts. Born out here, built by hand, powered to dominate. Made in the USA and packed with raw horsepower, razor-sharp handling, and head-turning attitude. We're teaming up with High Limit Racing on the West Coast Swing, and we're bringing the heat. First 20 orders get a free tire and wheel package. Lock it in now. Find us at the track or hit wedgekarts.com. Let's go full throttle.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, August 28, 29, and 30, it's the Skagit Nationals, featuring the Kubota High Limit Sprint Car Series at Skagit Speedway. It's $126,000 to win. The High Rollers are coming to take on our Skagit superheroes. Get your tickets now at SkagitSpeedway.com. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, August 28, 29, and 30 at Skagit Speedway.
And welcome back. As you can see, the FanFest area is jam-packed over there, as that is what is taking place right now, as the drivers with T-shirt trailers made their way back there to sign autographs, take pictures, and sell some merchandise to the many race fans that have come out to support Kubota High Limit Racing here tonight at the Douglas County Dirt Track. Now let's get to a few things we weren't able to get to earlier, including the current series point standings. These are the owners' point standings, of course. The Casey Kane Racing 49, driven by Brad Sweet, currently showing the way by just 15 points over the Ridge & Sons Racing 87. Right now, driven by Justin Sanders, of course. The Clausen Marshall 7 BC is 33 points behind, currently driven by Giovanni Selzy. Rico Aber is in fourth. Brent Marks is fifth in points at minus 120. Then Justin Peck, Tanner Thorson, Dason Pursley, the 14 of Corey Day, and the 9R of Chase Randall. That's the top 10 and the current owners' point standings with High Limit. Also, if you would like to wager on tonight's racing, which you can do here in the state of Oregon, here are the odds for tonight's outright winner. Rico Aber is the favorite at plus 165. Brad Sweet at plus 236. Corey Day at plus 461. Gio Selzy at plus 755. Justin Sanders 772. James McFadden at plus 1,000. Brent Marks at plus 2, along with Justin Peck. But the Rodman's risk here this evening is going to be Tanner Holmes. Not off to a great start in qualifying, but he's at plus 3,471. He was on the podium here last year at Douglas County. This race means a whole lot to him, so I'm going to go with Tanner Holmes. If you want to get involved, go to nxtbets.com/playhlr. It'll show you which sports books are available in your region, and you can claim a sign-up bonus on there as well. As you can see, FanFest is a big hit here in Roseburg, Oregon. You know what else was a big hit? Was High Limit here last year as well in 2024 after this fantastic feature event. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green.
Justin Sanders with the lead over Spencer Baston as James McFadden throwing his hat in the ring for the race for second. Drag race into turn number 3. It's McFadden down low, Baston in the middle. Justin Sanders running down in the record book as the leader of lap number 1.
Sanders leads lap 1, 34 to go. McFadden very good on the inside of the racetrack, specifically on this side of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4.
As we're 5 clicks into this one, 30 to go. McFadden trying to submit a bit down on the inside, nearly level pegging off of the second quarter, but the 2X of Sanders continues to reign up top. But I'm telling you what, Chase, James McFadden is coming.
McFadden takes the, close call right there is Robustelli. Back the car in like a non-wing machine right in front of your race leader. Sanders takes the lead back, goes to the bottom. The yellow flag's going to come out. We got one upside down, red. It's Zeb Wise in 26. Was running around the top 5 at the time of this incident. Goes into the corner and just loops it around, does a wheelie and tries to do a backflip right there, Ben. A very interesting looking crash there.
It is California in the Northern Territory of Australia. Justin Sanders and James McFadden. Green flag is out. Here we go. McFadden on the high side trying to thread the needle and will power his way down the back straightaway with the race lead.
What a move right there from James McFadden to keep his foot in the throttle and drive around the outside of that attempted slider by Justin Sanders. Here comes Justin Peck now. Peck underneath the Spencer Baston. The race for the 3rd position's on down the back straightaway as Peck's got his car pinned to the inside.
It's Justin Sanders throwing the defensive wall up, trying to keep back the 5 of Baston. Here comes Peck. Here comes Holmes. He recovers the 5th, and he's going to go back into 4th as he makes it underneath Peck in the 13.
Good move there by Tanner Holmes, back up to the 4th spot. The 14 of Corey Day's on the move as well. Corey Day is up to 6th after starting back in the 13th position, working on Corey Eliason down the front straightaway. Corey Day, much like what he did when he won here a couple of years ago, right up against the wall.
The doors open again as they're at the stripe with lap number 15 getting completed. Baston under fire from Tanner Holmes.
Tanner Holmes very good on this side of the racetrack here in 3 and 4. The bottom seems to be the place to be. Off of turn number 4, he's going to take the 3rd spot away. Tanner Holmes looking for that first ever Kubota High Limit Racing podium. Slides in front of Spencer Baston and pulls away down the back straightaway. McFadden working around the outside of Casey Kane. Here comes Justin Sanders now. 4 car lengths separate the top 2 back into turn 1.
Sanders trying to retrieve the top spot as they both work the top shelf. They've got cars racing for position just ahead of them. The 88 of Tanner Thorson, the 17W Shane Golovic, and Parker Price Miller also up the road as well in car number 9P with 20 in and 15 to go.
Sanders got the top side of the racetrack rolling. He catching up to the 83 car. McFadden down the back straightaway. McFadden runs the bottom. Sanders around the outside. inside, coming after him for the race lead. Side by side for the top spot. McFadden goes up top. Sanders to the inside, slides up, nearly hits the wall, maintains the second position.
Sanders has to bail out. He's going to try and regroup and muster another charge up top. Here comes Baston trying to reclaim third. Corey Day trying to crack in the top 5 in the Jason Myers Racing 14 as Shane Golovic goes in the infield.
Still all over McFadden on the back bumper off of turn 4, and here comes Tanner Holmes as well. The top 3 closing up. Sanders to the inside, turn 1 for the race lead.
Almost Hoosier to Hoosier off of the second corner, but it is McFadden with the advantage. Here comes Sanders winding it up on the high side, but McFadden getting away from him, but just up ahead is the 55 of Wyndham and the 88 of Thorson to deal with.
McFadden, he's got to get by these 2 cars, and if he can do that, he might get the win here tonight. This time by will be 8 laps to go. McFadden trying to hold on for his 3rd win of the year, but Sanders, Holmes, they want to get their first wins of their career. Off of turn number 2, this is getting good at Douglas County.
Yeah, Holmes going after second, trying to get underneath Sanders. Sanders fighting a 2-front war here. He's trying to reel in the 83 of McFadden, but also keeping back the 18T of Holmes, as here comes Corey Day in the mix in the Jason Myers Racing 14. Justin Peck rounding up the top 5 and 5th, and we've got 5 to go this time by.
5 laps to go, and took a lap or 2 extra than McFadden was hoping for to get by Chris Wyndham. He runs the middle in turns 1 and 2. Sanders, here comes Day to the outside of Tanner Holmes. 3rd spot's up for grabs. Corey Day's got in turn 3.
Yeah, Corey Day's not done yet. He's still got an appetite. He's trying to go for second, but he's going to have to settle for 4th right now as Holmes retakes the position. Sanders again trying to keep back the 18 of Holmes, as Sanders now working the 55 of Wyndham, as things have extended between your race leader in second place. James McFadden, 3 to run for the 83.
Sanders might have found something that by on the top side of the racetrack in turn number 4. This race is not over yet. 2 to go this time by. Sanders closing in as lap traffic looms ahead still for McFadden. He's got the 88 of Thorson, the 26 of Wise there. Next time by the white flag, they were separated by 1.1 seconds the last time.
Yeah, it looked like McFadden got a little out of shape in turns 3 and 4. He's still got a healthy race lead as the white flag is out. One more trip around the racetrack for James McFadden out of Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia. Justin Sanders running along in second. They've got Wise in the 26, but J-Mac will hold on and win for the 3rd time this season.
Justin Sanders finishes in second. Tanner Holmes in 3rd. 4th goes to Justin Peck, and 5th goes to Corey Day. And that's just a taste of what we're going to be seeing here tonight at the Douglas County Dirt Track. The guy that won that race last year, he's undefeated here at this racetrack, is James McFadden. He is joining us here during this Fan Fest up in the booth. J-Mac, thanks for jumping up here. I know it's quite the hassle because it's a maze to get up here to this very unique announcer's booth, but we appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah, what a view, mate. I think you've got the best seat in the house for sure, but up the stairs, a bit warm for that, but it's all good.
It's quite the ways up. There's no doubt about that. Last year, we just watched the highlights from Douglas County. You're off to a solid start tonight, a top 10. You got a win with NARC earlier this year at this track as well. Are you thinking that you can maybe go 3 for 3 here?
That's the plan. Yeah. We got a little bit of work to do, obviously, starting the 2nd row there. Time trials was okay. We're a little bit off, but it's been a fun track for me. We've had a lot of success here, and the 21 car has as well. So I'm looking forward to it. The track's shaping up pretty nice, and it's good to see a bunch of fans here.
Yeah, you'll be in the first heat race later on. Now, at the top of the show, we mentioned that this race is called the Showdown on the River for a reason. It's the Umpqua River is right behind the backstretch. And I mentioned at the top of the show that we did have a couple of drivers, or maybe just at least one. You jumped in the river, the Umpqua River, because it's a little warm out here. But what was that like out there? You decided, hey, I just got to go take a dip right now.
Yeah, I do every year. I found it a couple years ago when we came here the first time, and yeah, I was floating down there for about an hour and had a bunch of little fish around and watched an eagle in. And
wow,
it was a good time. It's nice and relaxing before we have to get serious and hot in these race suits.
Yeah, absolutely. It is about time to get serious. We've got about 20 or so minutes until we get the cars on the track for hot laps. But what's it been like so far being out here with Tarleton Racing? Got that win at the Capitani. Obviously, that was huge. It's a 75-car field. You got the win. You got 4 wins, I believe, with NARC this year. So it seems like it's been a pretty successful year in your kind of partial schedule this year in 2025.
Yeah, it was really cool to get the phone call from Tarleton Motorsport. They're obviously one of the best cars in California, and prove that they're fast traveling as well. So it's been a lot of fun for me that Drew, Nate, Keone and the boys have been. It's been a good time. Make me feel a little younger than I am. And yeah, we've had some success. We got out of the out on that Knox Speed Week and did a really good job there and won some races. And then, yeah, to win one at Knoxville was pretty special, just not only for me, but Tommy and Drew and everyone involved. So I've had a ball with them. I'm heading back after Skagit, back home. So it's been it's been a lot of fun. Probably was here a little longer than I thought I was going to be, and really enjoyed it, and they've made me feel like family.
Well, it sounds like Tony Laporta's down in the infield. Tony, it sounds like you might have a question for our buddy James up here.
James, I'm standing in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane where we saw you pick up your last feature victory of 2025 with us here at Kubota High Limit Racing. But what stands out to me, yes, this victory lane's very, very unique. It's got the trees, it's got the stone, it's got this all-natural grass here at my feet. But what I remember when I think about this victory lane was your young son, Maverick, having a not good time with the individual they call Squatchy, the mascot from the Seven Feathers Casino down the road. I have been told that Squatchy is not here tonight, so if you stand in Victory Lane, Maverick should feel safe and encouraged to watch, because he was not a fan of Squatchy last year. I don't know if you remember his reaction.
No, he was not a fan at all. He actually rang me yesterday and told me that he's brave now and he's not scared of him. So hopefully we can win and I can get up there and maybe have a hug with Sasquatchy or whatever his name is there, and Mav would be pretty happy about that. But I actually sent him a photo from Seven Feathers there. He was standing at the arcade, and he says he's brave and he's a big guy now.
Well, if Maverick's brave, can he get here in time? Should you win tonight, do you think we should send a bird for Maverick to be here and join you? Should you be able to conquer the Douglas County Dirt Track 2 years in a row?
I wish that was how easy it was, mate. I think if the plane left now, they'd be here in about 3 days. So. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a 3-day show next year.
Well, we do know what it's like now to be on that plane for 2 or 3 days at a time. Last year, High Limit International, of course, racing at Perth Motorplex. You won 2 of the nights over there out of 3, and now we get to do it again. Are you excited for that? Because it sounds like we've already seen a couple of announcements. Aaron Reitzel's going down there, Carson Macedo. We expect more guys to announce coming up soon as well. But that was such a hit event. That was such a big success, I feel like, and we're excited to go do it again.
Yeah, I'm really excited that you guys get to see probably our best facility in Australia, and I think one of the best facilities in the world in Perth Motorplex, and how good of a show they run, and how top class our field can be as well. So excited that all these guys get to come down and race with us. The more the merrier. We want the best competition down there and showcase what we can do in Australia. And I've heard some rumors of some really good guys coming down. So I think that event is in the top 5 events of the world for sprint car racing, and anyone's kind of sitting on the fence about going, they should check it out. It's a great holiday destination or vacation, and get some sprint car racing in while you're doing it.
Yeah, my dad, who you've met a few times, you probably don't remember him because he's just kind of a weird guy. He's a crazy guy, whatever. But he's going now. They decided, we were talking to him at lunch the other day, and my dad and my stepmom said, hey, we're just going to go. We're going to go make a vacation out of it. And so that's going to be fun. But awesome event last year at Perth Motorplex. Now, one thing I did want to ask you, because this year with Tarleton Motorsports, it's been super hot here on the West Coast. What do you think about everything being black? Got the black suit, the black trailer, the black car. I'm sure that makes it a little bit even hotter than it already is when you're out there.
Yeah, and a black beard as well.
Black beard, black hat you got on,
big old hairy body as well. Yeah. So maybe I could be the Sasquatchy.
Maybe, yes.
For next year. But no, it's if Tommy keeps giving us fast race cars and cool looking gear, I'm happy to be a couple degrees hotter than I normally am.
That's always been their MO, right? Is they've always been the blacked out thing. It's one of the coolest rigs in the entire country, I feel like, for sprint car racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything, to his cars, to his race shop, to the rig, our hats, everything is all black. It's pretty cool to me. It's kind of trademark. It's something they're synonymous with. So. Yeah, run with it, and it looks badass at the same time.
I want to go back to that win at the Capitani Classic. Tommy was there, and boy, was he on the chip for that win. How cool was that? Because I know also Drew Warner, your crew chief, I heard him say one time that he will not quit being a crew chief until he gets a win at Knoxville Raceway, and he finally got one as well. So that was a really special night, I'm sure, for not only him, but Tommy Tarleton and yourself as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Winning at Knoxville is... there's a few tracks in the country that you want to put your name on as a winner, and I'd won there in the 360, and I just didn't feel like it was the same. So to win there for me was huge. Especially at that race, it's a really tough race, and I felt like we earned it the whole time, like we didn't luck into it. So it was a huge deal for me, and then obviously for Tommy and Drew that put so much into it. And you know, they're not a traveling team. You know that we don't go to Knoxville a lot, and it's kind of, I would almost say, like a bit of an upset. You know, for a California team to go there and to have as much speed as we did on a half mile is pretty tough. So to do that was special, and then, you know, to see his whole family in Victory Lane all up and about, and you know, that's why we do it. At the end of the day, I get to have the fun and race, but you know, those guys sit at home and, you know, spend a lot of money for us to go and have fun, and then to reward them with that is special.
Now, last year, of course, you were a full-time High Limit Racing driver, and I feel like you kind of became a fan favorite. Everybody loved the shoey, everybody loves the Australian accent, everybody loves your driving style and stuff, right? And then the announcement at the banquet where you weren't coming back. What's it been like this year? I know you kind of stepped back to be with the family more, but when you come back at these High Limit shows, are the fans kind of saying, you know, man, we miss you out here? Is that kind of how it's been so far? Yeah, it's been really nice, actually. You know, for me personally, it's been nice to be home for a little bit, and, you know, not have the up and down on the road, and but then, you know, to come to these races and see the, you know, the fans that, you know, I kind of have spent the last, I'd say 8 years over here trying to win over, and you know, to get to that point was really special. And yeah, everyone loves a shoey. It's not as probably maybe
gross
you
as,
don't love it. Maybe sometimes
I do, because we win.
We win, yeah.
Life's good when you win, when you're doing a shoey, but. Yeah, I've, you know, the fans have been great for me, and it's been a lot of fun to come back and, you know, not have probably race more for fun than the pressures of everything. Obviously, you take it really seriously, but yeah, it's been a really fun schedule for me. Now, I want to circle back one more time to the Australia deal and the Perth Motorplex thing. The next time we go there for that Perth Motorplex High Limit International, it's not going to be the 23. You're going to be the A1, right? I mean, that's a pretty, you know, prestigious honor to be the #1 car in Australia, right? Yeah, it's a lot different to America. We have to register for our numbers. So, you know, as you see a couple 21s tonight, it's not like that in Australia. You know, you have to register for your number, and then you know, winning the Australian Championship, you get to don the #1. And, you know, for me growing up, that was, you know, all the greats of our sport had #1, and, you know, to have now done it 3 times is pretty special. And Sheldon Brady, the car owner back in Australia, it was his first win, Buzzy's first Australian title. So to have the 1 on the car is a special thing for us, and you get a little bit more of a target on the back, but I think it looks really cool on the car. It really does. Well, James, it's getting close here to heat race time and opening ceremonies time. We thank you for jumping up here. Have fun trying to work your way back down to the racetrack to your quad, but thanks again for jumping up here, and good luck tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. That's James McFadden, race fans. Car number 21, he'll be in heat race 1, rolling off inside of row number 2. He's won twice in 2 starts here at the Douglas County Dirt Track, and he's looking to make it 3 for 3 here tonight. We'll take a break here on Flow. We'll come back with more. We're about 10 minutes away from opening ceremonies here in Roseburg.
I'm Brent Marks, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Established in 1983, FK Rod Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
Is it all a fever dream? I'm burning gasoline. Rico goes back to the high side. Gets in the lead. To the turn now. Look to the inside of turn 1.
Ingram to the outside. Major contact.
Save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the High Limit Room.
My first car was, I don't know the year of it, but it wasn't new. It was like a maroon Nissan Pathfinder, manual transmission. I remember, like, if I turned too far, it would blow the power steering line off. So I had to make sure not to blow the power steering line off, so I didn't ever turn too far. But I didn't have it very long. remember because there's like a cash for clunkers, you know, kind of promo going on. So my parents traded it in and got themselves a new car, and then I got the other hand-me-down, which was a Camry.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Thank you to Seven Feathers Casino and Resort, our sponsor for tonight's race. Seven Feathers is your place to play, but it's also your place for dining and entertainment. Don't forget to visit sevenfeathers.com to see their lineup of upcoming concerts and events. From the popular Free Tacotopia Tequila and Music Festival to concerts like Dylan Marlowe and Rodney Carrington. There is something for everyone this fall season. Once again, thank you to Seven Feathers for sponsoring tonight's Showdown on the River. Tony, we've got some interesting stuff happening up in the sky, and you know more about it, I think. Tony's working on something down there, race fans. While he's doing that, I did want to mention that Tony, myself, and Brian Walker, we host a weekly High Limit Racing podcast. You can find it on FloRacing.com. You can find it on FloRacing's YouTube channel as well. Usually it's about 30 to 45 minutes of recaps, race previews. We also talk about all kinds of different things going on in the sprint car world and the landscape of sprint car racing. So if you'd like to check that out, there will be a new episode out tomorrow night recapping the Gold Cup. And here tonight at Douglas County, that's the High Limit Room on FloRacing's YouTube and FloRacing.com. All you got to do on FloRacing.com is just type in the High Limit Room, and it'll bring you up all the episodes. Tony, what do you got down there?
That is the Reach Medical Transport helicopter that has just landed outside of turn number 1. Jody Woodcock, a Gulf War veteran, aboard that Reach Medical Transport helicopter, as well as representatives of Reach Medical Transport, Francesca Sullivan, as well as Sam Lilly. They are here supporting the event. As we know, racing is a dangerous sport. Unfortunately, we've seen that over the last couple of weeks and months here in 2025. So along with our medics and the ambulances already parked here in the infield, they've been stationed since well before hot laps began. How about a big round of applause, folks, to our friends at Reach Medical Transport for being here on hand, providing as much security and safety and insurance, I guess you could call it, to these drivers who are competing here tonight. Big thanks to Reach Medical Transport. So in a moment, we have got a local celebrity. Tanner Holmes is down here in the Wedge High Performance Kubota High Limit Racing Kart. They're gonna fire him off here after the invocation, as he will take the American flag around the inside of the Douglas County Dirt Track. How about a big round of applause for one of your very own Oregon, Tanner Holmes. Wedge High Performance Kart coming on here in 2025 for the West Coast Swing with Kubota High Limit Racing. That is Josh Stagg at the back of the Wedge High Performance Kart. He is the owner and proprietor of Wedge High Performance Kart. You're going to see a cool video about some fun we got to have with Wedge next weekend when we get out to Skagit, or rather this weekend when we get to Skagit. We are super thankful and super proud to have Wedge High Performance Karts on board here in 2025. Before we begin opening ceremonies, let's go back upstairs to Chase Rodman.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tony. We did want to mention the 50-50. The winner's share is up to $1,550 to the winner here tonight. So if you are looking to get a 50-50 ticket, your winner's share would be quite a bit as of right now, $1,550. And that winning ticket will be drawn during the Durst Dice Roll later on during the race program. So make sure to get your ticket out during that time of the program, and maybe you will walk away with over $1,500 here tonight at the Douglas County Dirt Track. Let's go back downstairs to Tony.
I'm joined here in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane by Chief Technology Officer at the Seven Feathers Casino Resort, Richard Rader. Rich, you were here with us last summer. You're back with us again. We are so thankful to have Seven Feathers on board with Kubota High Limit Racing at their annual stop here at the Douglas County Dirt Track. You guys just love coming out and having fun. Heck, at High Limit Racing, you can have almost as much fun as you do when you visit Seven Feathers. Is that why you guys teamed back up with the event here in 2025?
Yeah, we love this event. We've had so much fun here. We had our booth out front giving away flags and fans, and just watching the racers out here, the passion, the excitement, there's nothing like it. This is truly Douglas County, Oregon.
Yeah, that's awesome. We love bringing Kubota High Limit Racing for a stop here in Southern Oregon. It's Oregon's only national touring 410 wing sprint car race of the entire year. And look at that crowd. A whole bunch of passionate race fans have come out. But they should learn while they're here about what else is going on at Seven Feathers the rest of this summer and into the fall. So what kind of fun are you guys going to be having just down the street?
Well, we got Tacotopia coming up on September 13th. We also have a rodeo on the 20th, 21st. And Dylan Marlowe on the 19th to kick it all off. Every Tuesday we do line dancing and lesson line dancing. Come on down, I'll teach you how to line dance. We also have Pinball Palooza going on. Our old pinball machines going on down in one of our Steelhead Lounge. And I want to brag about our burgers. At our marketplace, we have the best burgers in Douglas County, if not in all of Oregon. I encourage everyone to come down and try one of our burgers.
Rich, that's a mighty tall statement you just made there. I'll be there tonight to judge that for myself. Thank you so much for supporting Kubota High Limit Racing, and thank you for being here again this year.
Thanks a lot. We look forward to seeing you next year also.
How about a big round of applause for everyone at the Seven Feathers Casino Resort just down the road. Rich Rader, thanks so much for being here. Have a great rest of your night. Wow, Tacotopia, Pinball Palooza, sounds like my 13th and 18th birthdays. That's a good time at Seven Feathers Casino Resort. At this time, we're ready to officially kick off opening ceremonies. But before I do that, I've got to ask this great-looking crowd of Oregonian race fans, folks, are you ready to go racing here tonight? That is good, because that is what we are here to do. We now begin opening ceremonies here at the Douglas County Dirt Track. For that, let's begin with our invocation. I'd like to welcome to the top of Whiskey Myers Victory Lane to lead us in prayer tonight from Racers for Christ, Miss Lori Cutter.
Tony, may you join me in prayer, please? Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessing of this day and for bringing us all together here tonight at Douglas County Dirt Track, for High Limit Racing and for the gift of 410 Racing back in the Pacific Northwest. We are grateful for all the staff and volunteers who have given their time to make tonight possible, as well as our military and first responders and veterans who you called to duty to keep us free. Lord, we invite your Holy Spirit to fall over this place and keep the undeniable protection over all that are on our premises. Lap by lap, may you lead your angels and guard our drivers and teams as they compete. May this event be filled with courage, unity, good sportsmanship, and respect, delighting our fans. We thank you for these fans in attendance and those streaming on FloRacing. I ask for a special blessing over our educators and students returning to school. Lord, may your presence go before them and keep their classrooms and schoolyards safe. Remind us all that you are worth the Lord. It's not the finish line, but in our unfailing love. Let us all run the race, not only for trophies, but for a higher purpose, one that honors you and all we do. In Jesus' mighty name, we ask this in your name, amen.
Thank you, Lori. Race fans, at this time, I ask that you please remain standing. Gentlemen, please remove cover as we honor America with the live performance of tonight's national anthem, Douglas County Dirt Track. Please welcome Kenny Sherman.
Welcome, everybody. Are you ready to have some fun tonight? I know each and every one of you were taught at school how to sing this song. And I ask that you guys please sing along with us, if you would, please, okay? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you, veterans.
Douglas County, one more time for Kenny Sherman. Well, Oregon, talk to me one more time. Are you ready to go sprint car racing? Oh, you look beautiful. So with that, it's time to go racing on a school night. It's time for the Showdown on the River presented by Seven Brothers Casino. And it's time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
Never gonna slack. No, I'm never gonna slack. No, I'm never gonna slack. You know I gotta come back. Never gonna slack, never gonna slack.
TJ Ford's heat race number 1 is now staging on the front straightaway here at the Douglas County Dirt Track. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for this 8-lap affair that'll transfer the top 6 to the A main. On the pole from Redding, California, the MitryConstruction.com, Shasta Realty Group, Shark Engine, Steve Manning Construction, number 2 XM, it's Max Mitry. And outside of him from St. Helena, California, the Red Wine Express, Rico Abreu, Kerbeck Janian Racing, Swan Island Sheet Metal, Snack Attack, number 24, Rico Abreu. Starting in third from Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Tarleton and Sun American Rock and Red, Durst Incorporated, Banning Associates, number 21, it's James McFadden. And outside of him, your fast time qualifier tonight from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maximum Racing Oils, number 88, Tanner Thorson. Starting fifth from Ferndale, Washington, it's the Farm Car, DeBoer & Sons Farming, Les Schwab Tire, Dykstra Farms, number 70, Colin Mackey. And starting in sixth from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Kane, Empire Netting and Fence, number 49, Brad Sweet. Starting seventh from Santa Rosa, California, the High Plains Building Division, Velocity Engineering, Dirt Dudes All About Fire Protection, number 19, Junior, Joel Myers Jr. And starting eighth from Central Point, Oregon, it's the 21W of Jake Wheeler and the Johnston Water Service, Chuck Prather, Sealing Specialties, Jake's Truck and Equipment Repair, number 21W. And your final starter from Medford, Oregon, in the High-Tech Transmission, Sealing Specialties, Johnston Water Service, number 22K, Caden Smith. TJ Forge only builds forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate our wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what we do. We lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. That is TJ Forged. Cy Lynch, he is the High Roller Playlist driver here tonight, meaning that during the race program, the heats, the B, the dash, and the feature, you get to hear music straight from a playlist that was put together by him. Here is the first song on that playlist from Cody Johnson. Actually, not from Cody Johnson, from Leonard Skinner. Leonard Skinner with Simple Man on Cy Lynch's High Roller Playlist. Tony, you kind of remind me of Leonard Skinner.
Well, I was hoping you'd say that I remind you of a Simple Man, Chase, which I've been called worse things in my life. Hey, Rico Abreu rolls off on the outside of row number 1. You said James McFadden last year when he was a high roller might have just been the most popular driver in the sport. Well, I'll tell you something. All of Rico Abreu fans would like to have a word with you. Abreu popular everywhere he goes, no matter where we race. But I'll tell you this right now. Abreu could not be more happy to be back behind the wheel of his number 24 machine after a very tough weekend in his home state of California. He talked to me in the pits about maybe overextending himself, using up a little bit too much of his personal time, so he is back, locked, and loaded, and ready to race.
Here we go, 8 laps to distance, top 6 to the feature, with the winner and the fastest qualifier going to the dash. We're underway. It's a good start for Max Mitry, not a very good start for Rico Abreu, challenged down low by Tanner Thorson. Thorson a little sideways off of turn number 2. Abreu's going to have that spot in sole possession as they roll into turn 3. James McFadden runs in 4th. 5th is now Brad Sweeney, makes his way by the 7-0 of Colin Mackey. Colin Mackey sitting in the final transfer spot with Jake Wheeler, Joel Myers Jr., and Caden Smith behind him. Up front, it is Max Mitry looking to make his first career Kubota High-Level Racing dash here tonight at the Douglas County Dirt Track. Rico Abreu running in 2nd. Race for 4th, got very close into turn 1 as Brad Sweet got to the left rear of James McFadden, but couldn't make the pass there. McFadden, last year's Douglas County winner, trying to fend off the challenges of the defending series champion. Sweet will look low into turns 3 and 4, tries to make a move underneath of him, but cannot do it. McFadden too strong around the outside to maintain that 4th position. Up front, Max Mitry doing everything right. He's halfway home to a dash appearance here in Roseburg, Oregon. Max Mitry comes across the line. Rico Abreu 4 car lengths behind him as they roll back into turn number 1. Tanner Thorson also solidly in a dash spot. 2 laps to go for the youngster out of Redding, California. Abreu not able to close in. McFadden and Sweet still relatively close as they make their way to the right side of the racetrack. Here's the white flag, 1 lap to go for Max Mitry. Max Mitry, we know this car very well. Justin Sanders, usually the pilot. And it's looking pretty good here again tonight at Douglas County. He's going to get the win and go to tonight's dash. Rico Abreu's 2nd, Tanner Thorson 3rd. 4th to James McFadden, 5th to Brad Sweet, and 6th will be Colin Mackey. Well, how about that? Max Mitry's great night continues on. He qualified well and now is a heat race winner. He'll go to the FK Rod-Ins dash. Rico Abreu's 2nd, Tanner Thorson 3rd. He will go to the dash. James McFadden, Brad Sweet, Colin Mackey, the 6 transfers. Jake Wheeler, Joel Myers Jr., and Caden Smith complete the field in TJ Forged heat race number 1. Max Mitry, another one of the graduates from the Outlaw Kart ranks, does not get to race the sprint car all that much. He's done quite a bit of it in 2025, but in years past, he really hasn't done that much. And in a short amount of time, he's shown a ton of speed. The 2XM will park on the front stretch and talk to Tony Laporta.
You're right, we are going to get to talk to Max Mitry. I got to talk to Max Mitry earlier in the afternoon. Him and I are going to not talk about the conversation we had back then. Instead, we're going to talk about this run you're on. Won the B main on Saturday night in Chico, started 21st of the feature, drove up to 17th and survived that race. What's the game plan for tonight? Do you have as good of a race car underneath you as you need?
Oh, absolutely. You know, me, Justin, my dad, and Rusty have been working really hard on this thing, and finally got in the right direction, got a good power play on this thing. It's been able to calm it down. I've been able to get better attitude out of it. So I'm pretty happy with it. I don't really have a game plan, honestly. Like, this is not really one of my good tracks. So being the dash is pretty cool, especially my first Island 1. So I guess we'll just see what we can do.
It looks like it's one of your good tracks. Max Mitry picks up TJ Forged heat race number 1 here with Kubota High Limit Racing.
Max Mitry with some nice flow. He's got some good hairstyle down there behind the wheel of that car as we now roll into heat race number 2. This heat race is brought to you by the folks at DMI Racing Components. Here is the lineup on the pole from Locust Grove, Oklahoma. It's the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete, number 13, Jason Pursley. And outside of him, starting second from Fresno, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliot's Custom Trailers and Cards, Grant Professional Agriculture, Cambridge. Number 7, BC, it's Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. And starting third from Yuba City, California, in the Lippert Construction, Danny Ward Sales, Cloud Valve Company, Lithia of Roseburg. Number 21L, Landon Brooks. Starting fourth from Aromas, California, in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking Power Plus, STC Global American Table Bargain Barn. Number 87, it's Justin Sanders. And starting fifth from Visalia, California, in the Redline Welding and Construction, Smith Titanium Morrison Engines King Racing Products. Number 45, Corey Eliason. Rolling off in P6 out of Lubbock, Texas, in the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants number 5, it's Brenham Crouch. And starting 7th from Medford, Oregon, make that from right here in Roseburg, Oregon, it's the Tom White Trucking, Robustelli Construction, Hard Rock Tops, Nutter Performance, number 27C, Camden Robustelli. And outside of him, starting 8th from Northport, Florida, in the Global Lake, Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Eastern Metal Signs, number 24D, Danny Sams. And your final starter from Arlington, Washington, and the Triple X Race Components, Pacific Performance Coatings, Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive, number 21S, Jesse Schlotfeld. Tony.
Tale of two crew chiefs in this one. We've talked about them both already, but at both ends of the starting grid, you got Dason Pursley, whose crew chief, Sean Strasbaugh, still back home on the East Coast, healing up after surgery on a broken left collarbone that was sustained in Tulare, California. He is calling the shots via what he sees on our FloRacing broadcast. And then at the other end of the starting grid, you've got Jesse Schlotfeld in that 21S, who is still trying to get over the heartbreak of falling out of the top spot while leading during his prelim night on Chico. They picked up Hunter Brady. He has been with Mitry Motorsports. He has been with Jason Myers Racing. And he, the new crew chief on Schlotfeld's 21S, has taken a lot of stress off Jesse's mind. Hope to see the 21S move forward. That is Hunter Brady's plan.
All right, sounds good, Tony. We'll see how it works out as we come to the green in turn number 4. It's DMI Race Components heat race number 2, and it's a good start on the outside for Giovanni Selzy. He'll have the race lead off at turn number 2, into the wall, riding the wall, and upside down is Brenham Crouch. Crouch comes to rest on all 4 wheels, but wow. Brenham Crouch looking like Paul Rodriguez down there. 50-50 grind on the wall. Comes to rest on the track. And we'll see if he pops out of that race car here in a moment. High Limit Racing officials, along with the Douglas County Dirt Track officials, are on the scene. They appear to be communicating with the driver, the CJB Motorsports number 5. Brenham Crouch currently 12th in the High Limit Racing point standings. You see him climbing out of the cockpit of the Horizon Whiskey number 5. Brenham Crouch out and under his own power in turn 2. And we'll see a replay here via comp cams. Crouch outside row 3 for the start as he makes his way into turn number 1, gets up on the bike, and then just wall rides that thing all the way down there I mean, he wall rode for a good 30, 40 feet. We'll see it from the drone now. And he climbs up on top of the wall. Man, oh man. And then rests on all four wheels at the end. Sounds like Tony's down there with the driver of that number 5 car.
Brenham Crouch, the young man from Lubbock, Texas. Heat race number 2 ends for you about as quick as it started. First of all, are you okay?
Yeah, just fine. Got a good start. Just not sure. Just got balled up there. I appreciate my guys working hard, and I will be back. Not too sure how bad it is, but we'll be back. We'll be in the show for sure.
All right, that's Brenham Crouch, the driver of the Horizon Whiskey CJB Motorsports number 5, the driver from the great state of Texas, the car from the Keystone State in Pennsylvania. Chase, you heard him say it. They will do whatever they have to be in tonight's main event.
Well, Tony, you remember last year at this race, I remember turn 1, specifically in the heat races, was a major problem. We saw at least 2 or 3 cars get upside down in turn 1 last year here at Roseburg, and it's the same thing. Well, not one tonight, but that turn 1 area in the heats, it seems to be a pretty big issue.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. So reminiscent of what we saw here 1 year ago. It was heat race number 1 last year, where we actually saw the 42X of Justin Cox get upside down. While the specifics about his injury, I don't remember precisely, so I don't want to mess those up. But I do remember him getting upside down, and yeah, it was, I think, several heat races. Drivers found turn 1 kind of tricky. And while we didn't have any issues in that first heat race, tough to see Brenham Crouch fall victim to that turn 1, turn 2 spot that he said car just he got balled up when he went in on the right side, starting on the outside lane, had a tough time getting it pointed where he wanted it to go, and very quickly his heat race is over. You could tell when he spoke, he felt terrible. These crew members, we heard it in the interview with Carly Holmes, the crew chief for Tanner Holmes at the start of the broadcast. This is not an easy life out here if you are a crew member, especially when you have the hot kind of days we've had here in Chico. Hopefully it cools off a little bit in Skagit, but whether it's hot, cold, raining, or dry, these crew members have so much work to do. And that's, even if the race car comes back in one piece, it's still a lot of work. So hopefully it's nothing too catastrophic on Brenham Crouch's number 5, and the crew doesn't have as much work to do. But he's got a committed group of guys back there led by Barry Jackson with CJB. So it'll be interesting to see what they have to do to get that car back out on track.
Yeah, hopefully we see him back out for the Winter's Performance B main. As you mentioned Justin Cox there. He just sent me a text and said, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Douglas County Dirt Track Turn 1. So Justin Cox is tuned in tonight on FloRacing as we now refire the cars here in heat race number 2. We didn't have enough time to mention the sponsor, DMI Race Components, which are built with the precision of skilled machinists and the common sense of winning racers. They are located in the heart of central Pennsylvania, and you can find them participating in the sport that they love every single week. You race, we race, let's race together. It's DMI Racing Components. And so with the issue for Brenham Crouch, that is going to move up Camden Robustelli, Danny Sams, and Jesse Schlotfeld. Schlotfeld with an uncharacteristically bad qualifying lap earlier on. Him and Corey Day went out at the same time, and they ended up at the second to last and last positions in the qualifying rundown. We remember Schlotfeld nearly winning night 2 of the Gold Cup on Friday. Him and McFadden got into a very, very spirited battle. They ended up getting together. Schlotfeld had a lot of damage, did not return, but man, was he fast that night. And unfortunately, qualifying didn't go his way, but we'll see if Schlotfeld can make his way from what will be the 8th starting position in this one into the top 6. So we saw Brad Sweet finish up 5th in his heat race. He's going to start towards the tail end of the field here in this main event. Justin Sanders, a very good opportunity here tonight to put that Ridge & Sons Racing 87 to the top of the heap in the Highland Racing points. He's 15 behind, or at least the team is 15 behind the KKR 49. And so we could potentially see a change up the top of the heap as we go to the green. Much better start this time for Dason Pursley, and he'll have the lead into turn number 1. Dason Pursley taking advantage of that issue for Brenham Crouch, and he'll have the race lead. 1 car caution. The 13 of Dason Pursley being called for a jump. That will move Giovanni Selzy to the pole next to Landon Brooks, and the 13 of Pursley to row 2. Green needs to come out at that chalk stripe in turn 4. Pursley certainly going before that, and so race director Mike Hess putting him back 1 row. Still looking to get a lap completed here in DMI heat race number 2. We'll see if the front row of Selzy and Brooks can get us to the flag stand relatively evenly. And they're underway now. And it's going to be Landon Brooks with a good jump around the outside. He'll have the lead into turn 1. Little contact between upside down nearly in turn 1, Camden Robustelli. I would be willing to bet it's going to be more of the same of what we saw with Crouch, where he saw the left rear come up off the ground and him get into the wall. That restart right before that, I saw Robustelli nearly in the fence. We'll see the comp cams replay. Robustelli in the same spot as Crouch, was outside row 3. Goes into the corner, and there it is. Left rear comes up off the ground, and the right rear smokes the fence. And so Camden Robustelli gonna have some serious damage to the rear end of that car. Did not get upside down, so we stay under yellow flag conditions. Isn't that so weird, Tony, that 2 years in a row, that same spot has caused some carnage down there? It's just so crazy to me that it happened 2 years in a row.
Yeah, you're right, Chase, but I mean, ultimately, you know, this is the point of being a national tour. You've got to go around the country and visit racetracks and go against competition that you're not used to wherever you are from. I was just talking to some friends who are here at their first 410 wing sprint car race in a very long time, and I talked about how it's just all about visiting these different regions all around the country. And with as popular as sprint car racing has gotten here in the last 5 or 10 years, it seems like every region we go to has incredibly strong competition, and with that comes technical tracks that a lot of these drivers don't get the chance to race on and compete. And whether it's locals or national touring guys, you've got to be good no matter where the series goes. And it just proves that turns 1 and 2 here, at least corner entry, it's kind of technical. It's pretty tricky, and some of these drivers are getting caught out, but that's the job of these race car drivers and these teams. They have to set the car up in a manner that will get them through the corner and also be comfortable to drive the rest of the way around the track. Oh, and have some speed to it. And the drivers have to be able to negotiate it with their hands and their feet. Turn 1 here, Douglas County, it's proving to be pretty tricky when it comes to that job. Whether they're a national high roller chasing a championship or a local Northwest racer who competes here all the time, it's just a tricky part of the track, it seems like.
Yeah, it certainly does, and we'll see if that continues into the feature tonight. I'm guessing when the track slows down a little bit more, that might not be as much of an issue. So far, we've had 3 starts to this race, and the driver that's led the field into turn 1 has been different every time. It was first Giovanni Selzy, then it was Dason Pursley, and then it was Landon Brooks. We'll see who gets the jump this time. Remember, the winner of the heat race will go to the dash, and the fastest qualifier that transfers will also go to the dash. The driver to watch for in that instance is the 87 of Justin Sanders.
Chase, just watch Dason Pursley down there. He is spending an awful lot of time down at the very, very bottom end on both turns 1 and 2. He'll probably have to tighten up here in 3 and 4 coming to the start, but maybe he's searching around for somewhere he could put that car when we go green.
My dad always told me, run where you're going to run under green, under caution. We'll see if Pursley does try the bottom here on this restart. Green flag back out. Another good start around the outside for Landon Brooks, and he'll have the lead once again into turn number 2. Side by side for that second spot. It's going to be yellow again. Caution coming out. And now Landon Brooks has been called for a jump start. That will now move Justin Sanders to the outside of row 1. And a very huge opportunity here for Sanders, Tony, as he could potentially get the ace in the hole.
Chase, if this continues, they're going to have you try to start this race from the front row, and I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Yeah, I don't even want to see that, Tony. That could be scary. So now it's Selzy and Sanders. We just saw the replay, the comp cams replay on Flow. So Brooks definitely on it a little bit early. We'll see what happens this time. Chalk stripe in turn number 4. Green flag comes out. How about the restart for Dason Pursley? Got up next to Gio Selzy, and he'll have second for a moment. Sanders around the outside. Upside down in turn 2, Danny Sams. If you did a side-by-side comparison of one of the heat races from last year here at Douglas County to this one, it would look incredibly similar. And so Danny Sams is the car involved tonight, his Douglas County dirt track debut. Kubota Heidelman Racing officials and Roseburg officials on the scene as well to check on the driver to Northport, Florida.
Yeah, that's Cody Houston, the official that just got in the side-by-side chase. Here's a comp cams replay.
Outside row 3 again. We'll see what happens. Danny Sams goes into the corner and up on the bike.
Yeah, it just gets carried away from him on entry. They're so fast going in there. Having a tough time getting it woed up. Great shot from the drone there.
Yeah, don't move the drone for the rest of the night. That's the spot.
Cody Houston was the official climbing back into the side-by-side. He first leaned into the cockpit and checked with Danny Sams III, the driver we talk about so often. One, for having some of the worst luck in racing, as evidenced by that right there. Another cool story, his mom and his dad are his crew, and I don't mean they hang out, they make the team dinner. No, his mother and his father are the mechanics and the crew on that number 24D. So Cody Houston leans in, talks to Danny, makes sure he's okay, he doesn't need medical attention, and then obviously because the car lands on 4 wheels, he stays in the car. Cody walks around all 4 corners, makes sure nothing is bent or broken that would prohibit the car from rolling off, which is what they're gonna do right here. And you wonder if Sams knows the extent of the damage, because it seems like he's elected to stay on the track and he's just gonna let her eat. Top wing damage and all here in this second heat race.
Well, Tony, can you blame him? There's only 7 cars left on the track. We're taking the top 6. And so Danny Sams really just needs to pass 1 car to be in the feature. He's going to start P7. The car right in front of him should be the 21S of Jesse Schlotfeld.
Well, that and Chase, you only get 1 minute in the work area. Look at the crowd go crazy for Danny Sams. The little engine that could. You only get 1 minute in the work area during a heat race, and that's only for a flat tire. You don't get any guaranteed time to repair damage, which Sams clearly doesn't have any flat Hoosier tires on that race car. So it's truly, like you said, his best interest to just stay out on track.
It certainly is, Tony, as it looks like he's getting around the track halfway decent, even after getting upside down. Left side wing panel flapping in the wind a little bit, but it looks like the suspension and everything is good enough to get Danny around the track. So that'll be something we keep an eye on here throughout this 8-lap affair. Yes, we still have 8 laps to go.
Little banged up, shows back up to work. That was all of us last week in Chico, I think.
Yes, that is a good point. As now we'll see if Sanders can get himself a better restart this time. It's been Gio Scelzi the last 2 leading into turn 1, but the yellow and the red have negated him as the leader. Justin Sanders looking for the ace in the hole, meaning he goes from 4th to the win in the heat race. That would put him on the pole of the dash automatically. No matter what spun on the roulette wheel, if Sanders can win this heat, he would be on the pole no matter what. Chalk stripe in turn 4 where they will accelerate, and we are green once again. Gio Scelzi gets the call into turn 1 as they roll down into that corner. It's going to be Dason Pursley slider on Justin Sanders. Sanders back to the inside. He'll throw a short slider on Pursley into turn 3. Dason Pursley taps the brake, turns it down to the inside, down the front straightaway. Sanders will have that second spot secured into turn 1. Landon Brooks runs in 4th. Pass for 5th. Give it to Jesse Schlotfeld. Corey Eliason back underneath him down the backstretch. He'll reclaim the 5th position into turn 3. Giovanni Scelzi showing the way. Justin Sanders running in 2nd. Dason Pursley in 3rd. 4th is Landon Brooks. 5th is Corey Eliason. Danny Sams, a little bit of smoke showing out of that 24D car as he is maintaining the pace of the cars just ahead of him, Jesse Schlotfeld and Corey Eliason. Danny Sams trying to make something happen here, go upside down and into a transfer in the same heat race. Not sure if we've ever seen that before in Highland Racing history. Sams, no doubt about it, closing the gap on the 5th, make that the 6th place car of Schlotfeld. Justin Sanders was 4 wheels over the cushion in turn 3 that time. Little mistake from the Power Plus number 87. Giovanni Scelzi this time by. He will get the 2 to go signal in that NOS Energy Drink number 7 BC. Danny Sams within 6 car lengths of Jesse Schlotfeld as they work off the 4th corner. Next time by will be the white flag. 1 lap to go for Hot Sauce. Does not look like Danny Sams will be able to make the impossible happen here tonight. With 1 lap to go and coming off of turn number 4, Giovanni Scelzi wins DMI heat race number 2. Justin Sanders second, Dason Pursley third, Landon Brooks fourth, Corey Eliason fifth, and Jesse Schlotfeld in sixth. Well, the never-ending heat race comes to an end. Gio Scelzi gets the win, and he's going to the dash along with Justin Sanders, who finishes in second. Dason Pursley in third, Landon Brooks fourth, Corey Eliason fifth, and Jesse Schlotfeld, the final transfer, in P6. Danny Sams, Brenham Crouch, and Camden Robustelli, the finishing results in heat race number 2. Next up, it's going to be the final heat race of the night, presented by BR Motorsports. And here is the lineup for this one. On the pole from White City, Oregon, it's the Carl Hofstas, Ridgecrest Homes, American Flowtech, Limitless Auto Sales, number 5K, Blaine Corey. And outside of him, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, in the Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive and Marine, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking, number 21P, Robbie Price. Starting in third from Harrisburg, Oregon, it's the Adcox Heating, J&K Auto Repair, K&S Race Fuel, Double R Powder Coating, number 7, Tyler Thompson. And starting fourth from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&N Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, Brett Marks. Starting fifth from Monrovia, Indiana, in the Skagit Speedway Race Union Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, number 26, Justin Peck. And starting from sixth, it's the DJ of the night from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, Mav Motorsports, number 42, Cy Lynch. Rolling off seventh from Jacksonville, Oregon, in the Shane DeWalt Trucking, Legacy Builder Supply, Lentz Machinery, Sisters Meat and Smokehouse, Lithia of Roseburg, number 18, T. Tanner Holmes. And starting at eighth from Waco, Texas, in the All By Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Trex Decking, number 9, the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. And your final starter in this one from Clovis, California, the Burco Redwood, Trex Decking, Warehouser, Two Worlds Equestrian, Sander Engineering, number 14, Payday, Corey Day. When it comes to buying sprint car parts, there's only one place to shop, and that is BR Motorsports. With over 250,000 parts in stock, BR Motorsports only sells the best parts by the best manufacturers like King Racing Products, MSD Ignition, Kaiser Wheels, and Triple X Chassis. To find out more, visit brmotorsports.com, and don't forget to request a free copy of the new 300-page BR Super Parts catalog. Cy Lynch set to roll off outside of row number 3 in the 6th position. We've been listening to his music so far here tonight on his High Roller playlist. Here's another one from Mac Miller. It's Party. Our good friend Zeb Wise, he said, I did that last year in turns 1 and 2. The dirt there has a ton of grip where it's wet combined with dirty air and not a lot of banking. Any slight misstep or lift on the throttle on the left rear will come up super easy. So remember, Zeb Wise got upside down in turn 1 last year.
And you know what else we remember? It's so funny you say that about Zeb, because I was literally about to key in and tell you or ask you, Chase, do you remember how loud this Southern Oregon crowd got for Zeb Wise when he was driving that white and blue number 26 Skagit Speedway entry for Kevin and Monica Rudine? Yes, it's a different driver. Justin Peck from Monrovia, Indiana is behind the wheel, but I feel like it was maybe for the B main when they pushed that car, or possibly they're in that same heat race after the red flag. They got Zeb back out onto the start-finish line, and this crowd went crazy. One of the loudest crowd pops I heard all season with High Limit.
I do remember that. Blaine Corey choosing the outside as the heat race pole sitter, and he'll show the way down the front straightaway. Blaine Corey trying to fend off Robbie Price, and he will do so off of turn number 2. Here comes Cy Lynch around the outside. Lynch from 6th to 4th on the opening set of corners. Brent Marks is underneath of Robbie Price, but Price has the cushion wired, and he's got 2nd across the start-finish line. Blaine Corey has ran 3 High Limit races before, got the heat race win on his prelim night at the Gold Cup, and is trying to do it again here tonight at his home track at Roseburg. Blaine Corey in the 5K up on the cushion in turn number 1. Robbie Price, Brent Marks, Cy Lynch, Tyler Thompson, and Corey Day from 9th up into the final transfer spot in P6 in car number 14. Payday trying to make his way forward another spot. He's got the number 7 of Tyler Thompson in the crosshairs, so look underneath him into turn 1. Not enough room to make a slider happen. Now Payday's got to fend off the 26 of Justin Peck. Peck wheel stand down the back straightaway. Justin Peck was looking at the sky down the back stretch, but is running in 7th still. Justin Peck sitting in the 7th spot. 8th is Tanner Holmes, and 9th is the number 9 Chase Randall. Blaine Corey not putting a wheel out of place here in this one. An impressive performance by the driver to White City, Oregon. He's got 2 laps to go this time by. 2 to go for the 5K. He's put 15 car lengths between himself and a 21 Pia Robbie Price. Brent Marks in 3rd. Cy Lynch and Tyler Thompson. White flag, 1 lap to go. One of the Oregon locals trying to make his way into the FK Rod-Ins Dash. They cheered when he came out for hot laps. They'll cheer some more when he gets the heat race win. Blaine Corey gets it done. Robbie Price in 2nd, Brent Marks 3rd, Cy Lynch 4th, and Tyler Thompson 5th. Corey Day final transfer in P6. Well, how about that one, Roseburg? The driver from White City, Oregon gets the heat race win. Blaine Corey in the 5K. Robbie Price 2nd, Brent Marks 3rd. He will also go to the dash. Cy Lynch 4th, Tyler Thompson 5th, and Corey Day in 6th. Justin Peck 7th, 8th Tanner Holmes, and 9th to Chase Randall. Blaine Corey, the driver of the Carl Hofsys number 5K, gonna make his way around the front stretch. And we remember how pumped he was for the heat race win at the Gold Cup. I can only imagine what this one's going to be like, Tony, as he does it in his home state in front of his home fans.
Teresa Hofsys is walking around the pits tonight with her daughter, and their number 5K just put on another show. All right, brother, this feels like deja vu. You gave us a golden interview on Thursday night after you won TJ Forged heat race number 1. You win BR Motorsports heat race number 3. What do you got to say about it?
I was told to keep it PG, but what do you think about that, Roseburg? Trying to hold it down for the hometown. Hopefully I don't put on the backup beeper and drive this thing backwards, but I can't even believe this. This is just crazy. I wasn't lifting until I saw Jesus or something else, so I'm pretty happy about this. And I got to say hi to my son Owen in the stands. I love you, buddy.
Trying to hold it down for the hometown. He's one of yours, Roseburg. That's Blaine Corey.
Fantastic stuff here tonight at the Douglas County Dirt Track. That's got to put a smile on your face, no doubt about it. We're here at the Showdown on the River, presented by Seven Feathers Casino and Resort. When we come back from this break here on FloRacing, we'll find out who starts where in the FK Rod-Ins Dash.
I'm Giovanni Selzy. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most